Thank you for your like. I genuinely and greatly appreciate it. Authentically, artificially, and inflatedly appreciate your like. Superficially, thank you for your beloved like. Just secretly resent. Alright, we got the same problem from here over here. Let's do it. Take back what I said about your life. I love you. And I can't do it without you. Can't do it. You can't be there. Then let's see, do what the heck to it, girl, to it. Spit on my thigh. Let me put this sops pickle stick down now. put a glue in there. I'll think of something. In the meantime, don't want to make that big. Furthest away for the detail, maybe the more prominent it should might do something some of y'all might not agree with in a second. Get a little radical there. Like that. I like it a lot. Yeah, same thing. So I'm going to take it all off at once. Just like the first day. I think that's a good separation, and now I've got that space to do with, and I got some ideas. An idea. Thank you for the likes, I appreciate it. Every like that you do, I donate food to my children. Yeah. It's a an organization I'm very proud of. Fit. No. Oh, can't do it. Almost. I was so close. So close. Too close not to try it. Too close not to try it tonight. Too close not to try it. Oh. See what happens when you just do a little extra. You get rewarded at the universe. Can't feel fly right my nose. It's the universe telling me to shut up. I'm listening. Who's that guy with the ugly hands working on the wood? Where's Dozzy? Where's Dozzy? Boy, where she get it? Who's that guy with the ugly hands working on the wood? Where's Dozzy? Where's Dozzy? Where you go? That's my new theme song. What y'all think? Ready? Crush it or flush it? You know what we used to say? What am I doing? So I don't even know if this will work. And if it does so-called work, what it'll look like, but I'm gonna try. I'm adventurous. I'm a moment in the ways no sucks. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is lock this thing in place. This the tip. You make no immature jokes. What you doing? Not today. ourselves. Yeah, just like that. Can we get through it? Is this gonna be a magic trick going on? Oh, you can't do both. All we do is support that. Okay, this one. Well, tighten these guys. That's out of the way. So that can be out of the way as well. And now we can go through the hole here and tighten here. Now we got support on this side. Got a little bit of a bite on that side. You're going to need it. This thing is aggressive. And I am going to be aggressive with it. Alright. Wish me luck. You see the textural difference there? This is like fabric. Feels like fabric. Like hair, like fur. That's what I'm gonna have to get for this. I don't know why I'm gonna have to get it. Look, that's gonna be another nice. Hey William, how you doing? Woodchucker, how you doing? What's going on? Oh man, Monkey, I do gotta make a fishing rod. I don't know how, bro. I mean, that never stopped. That sounded crazy coming out of my mouth. Yeah. Well, I just say, yeah, I do. I gotta make a fishing rod. What I am gonna do right now is color this. I think I'm gonna go with dye in this case. And I'm going with black. Maybe. Just right here. Well, we can go to something very dark. Let's see if we try to look here. Let's try that coffee again. Now, this is dye, not paint. So, we'll be careful there. But in some regards, we're going to treat it like paint. Never done this before. That's what she says. See what it turns out like. It's very rich. Hoping it's controllable. Definitely a spreadable thing. So we can keep that going. Like I'm tattooing wood. In theory, I kind of ain't. wondering what that little sound was. My fan bug exterminator was sucking plastic into itself, demonstrating its power and ferocity. I'm humbled in its presence. Golden. Let us observe this golden, shall we? do like it. Pine residents Hall of Kennesaw State, they need the best and final pricing by 8 a.m. Thanks, William. I appreciate that. What did you say, Pine? Let me see what you're talking about. I got a job in the morning, so I'm working right now. Oh, that's what's up, man. Hey, William, thank you. I appreciate the membership, buddy. I really do. Thank you. Everybody ought to come through. I apologize if I'm not as lively in the chat because I am kind of observant. But I had some good ideas from people, and I wanted to try to implement some of them. This wasn't necessarily one of them, but the color selections were wide and plentiful, and I really appreciated that part of it all. Yeah. So I wonder next if you're going to the yellow and then going to the black after that. Or do we do the black and then do something that we can lightly sand detail into? Maybe we'll go ahead and get some yellow into these joints here. And then we'll go into the darker areas with something else. Good luck, Pine. I appreciate you. I hope you get the job. Man, I'm in here burping like an alcoholic. So. Okay. The yellow's not bad. Or that golden. It's not bad. Here's what I am going to do though. I'm going to go ahead and pull these rings off so that I can get all the way to that edge. I kind of want this to feel like a suede. I know it sounds crazy, but I do. I want this to feel like a dressy sort of thing. And of course not for me, but for a snazzy old guy who we're making this for. I'm a lot more motivated to build a thing when you've got somebody to build it for. It's weird. That's just how I do build. I think a lot of service industry people. You know, the good thing and the bad thing about stain is the same thing. Is that it's thin, it penetrates deep because it's so thin. It's a very similar phenomenon with dyes, with stains on your deck or whatever. soaks in great, soaks in deeper than paint. But man, oh man, I'm not 100% sure of how I've chosen to do this, if I've given myself more or less work. It seems like it may be more. But I'm going to have to be very particular with that black. Because I'm not being very particular with this. But if I am particular with that black, it should come off really good. In my mind's eye, anyways. Well, I took my peppermint oil stuff fishing with me today. And I left it there. Well, I left it in my brother's truck. And now as a result, it wasn't working no more on me. These mosquitoes are finding me. What other shall I do? Who's in the chat right now? What up, Mike? No, I appreciate you giving us a hand. What's going on, Mike? Yeah, these are going to be the rattlesnakes rattles, and I'm going to do these geometric shapes around it black. And we're hoping it's not going to look like a hand grenade. But like proper exaggerated rattlesnake rattle. Problem here is you're not going to want it dark to bleed over into that yellow. So let's see if we got something that won't do that. as much. Mike, what you talking about, Mike? Oh, copper inlays on it. Yeah, that is hard to get to stay fastened in there. That's the problem. It's not getting it in there, it's getting it to stay in there. Even if you're doing something else to like epoxy it in, you still gotta hold it in place. In the meantime, I think it will get weird. Maybe beyond my capabilities, I should say. At this moment in time. This will be a different experiment. That'll be another experiment. Let's see how it's looking. Man, on camera, that yellow looks crazy bright. I love it. On camera, it looks crazy. Over here, it's like a mustard, but not bright at all. I wonder if a little bit of black bleed into that would even be a bad thing. You know? It might be just a thing we need. Let's see if we can have a happy little accident. Have to do this in a traditional way. And black inside of a container. Yeah, it's just gonna bleed a little bit no matter what I do. So yeah, you just gotta go with it. It will pull away from the edges, so we're not intentionally rolling into the yellow in it, so we're not sorry, my brain stopped working when my hand started. Because if it does go into yellow, that's okay on the bleed. But we don't want to saturate in there. Because visually, I think the yellow is what's going to distinguish the rattle. See if the black is deep enough to hide the wood grain. It may not. I don't think it's a bad thing either way. really do have a half a mind that I'm very curious about what a red or an orange would look like in here. And but I don't want to get too lost in the weeds that I miss the point of what I'm doing. And then I never get to see it. And really see if the secondary idea was good. Usually is. It usually is. Second idea is usually better than the first one. And that usually comes after you've gotten started on the first one. Trust the process. Says the warden. Yeah, I can't believe how heavy these mosquitoes hit. And I'm not wearing that stuff. Jesus. Let me tell you the truth. So far, it's looking a little cartoony. I think I'm going to have to introduce some more natural colors, even though I was trying to kind of use the contrast. I know the yellow is a part of the Diamondbacks patterns, so I thought I'd introduce it here first, because if this turns out to look crazy, I can go right over it with black, and I think all black tail would be fine. I think that would be hot. So that may be where we end up going. I wonder if I want to end up being like overly jazzy, where you bypass the woodwork and you're just dealing with a inflated paint job, you know what I'm saying? That may not turn out to be a good idea, but you will see. What do y'all think in the chat? Is this crazy looking? Can you see the vision? What's going on? I do believe this part turned out spectacular. I freaking love this part. Like, it feels so good. Black. I don't know. And trust the process. Either way, it's getting on here. I think I'm getting less particular about it because I don't believe in it as much. Not in the sense of it's guaranteed aesthetic. It's yellow. So I wish I had considered maybe a brush pattern that may have given me a pattern inside the pattern with the paint. But again, there is the potential of doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And this may be that line right now. I might be crossing it out. DTM. I don't know. I'm getting up. Mounting a wooden TV beside me. Oh, haha, knocking on wood. Okay, what are we making? We are making the rattles on the Diamondback cane. We are hoping that our initial idea isn't countrying it up. I apologize if you're from somewhere that they call country. I am too, but that's why we call it country. Well, it ain't close. Oh my God, Mike, I just went back and read, man, you got a stone, oh my God. Man, Lawrence, I hope all y'all are right, man. I hope all of y'all smaller scooters is all right. There's a derelict. Hit the like button and stop playing games with me before I come over this computer screen. Give you a kiss on the mouth. How's it like that? Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't want to go back and try with your boy. He who will not be named in my Chizak. It is staining, not painting. Wood grain is showing through. Which also means yellow is going to show through. Also ADHD bipolar. Sheesh. One of my children has that diagnosis. I hope you're dealing well. Hope you got your levels good. And I hope you got something fun to do when you need something fun to do. That is also my most introspective child. Lawrence, by the way. I find that particular diagnosis almost means you're overly introspective. More than digestively so, but I am no position to speak on it from a medical or professional palate. But as a father, bless your soul. Let's see what we got here. That was quite ugly and cartoony. Completely yes. So now we will begin the whitewashing. We're going to integrate some coffee. I don't have a channel, but I do got 5 subscriptions. That's what's up. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, buddy. I notice that a lot of people, and it's always nice to have things and have stuff, but the strive for fame has begun to outweigh the necessity of the individual. Like everybody wants to be famous. And it's too much. And I realize the irony of that, me being on the internet. I'm much more interested in teaching and sharing information than I am with being a known person, which I'm obviously not. But, oh, this is better. This is better. This is starting to look much more natural. Much less Ninja Turtle-y. Thankful for that. I'm not looking like Donatello over there. Like Master Splinter should be carrying this thing. You say you prefer riches over fame? Oh, for sure. I prefer comfort and happiness over either. And the capacity for me to exercise my free will. And you give me that, buddy, you got a voter for life. Yeah. I have had an abundance of money a number of times in my life. And it eliminates one single problem. And then half a dozen other problems come in place of it. And just like anything else, you got a new thing to navigate, because that's what life is, right? Now this I like much more. It's almost giving turtle shell though. That's the only problem. But you know, we still got more to do. Oh, I should have just left that yellow and torched it. I am going to be torching the bottom of this anyway. Maybe that'll do a little bit. The impression of the ladder. But look, from back here, for real, it looked like like alligator or something. Looked like I attempted an alligator. I don't know. Maybe that'll be cool too. But now up here, definitely gotta do something. Mike, I might take the idea of the copper band there, just to separate those two. It does look like an alligator skin wrap. Like the second I got done with it, that was exactly what I thought. All right, Mike, take it easy. You know, Mike, people we meet are unaware of the riches. You wouldn't have a cause to question their motives. That's true, Colado. You jump in a Lamborghini the first day, and yeah, you got a different set of circumstances, right? Have experience with the B&B workmate once. So you guys, I need you to hold this chat down for me for 2 seconds. I gotta let that dry. I gotta put some air on it real quick. And then I gotta see what I got before. Because once this is dry, I wonder if it's gonna do something that I want it to do. And if it does, hip hooray. Thanks, Pine. I appreciate it, man. It's looking like alligator. Like turtle shell up in this point. I'm not mad at it though. I do beg of you, hit that like button before y'all get out of here. Just that's looking king you've seen all day. All right. Yeah. All 18 minutes of this day. And we are back with Kermit the Frog, here live and direct, looking at my cousin's shell on some sort of tin. Oh man. So I had to go get a snack. Man, y'all be calling each other by y'all real names. And if it ain't in your title, I don't even know it. And I'm so bad with names. If I don't say it 100 times, I won't remember it. And I hope this is not crazy loud in your ear. I just kind of felt like the yellow and the brown is kind of the colors, right? Wrong, my friend. Very, very wrong. So, let's get our round file. See what we can recover on these rims because we want those sharp. Clean. Start up here in this transition up here. Just to make sure it's doable. It's staying. Not without consequence, it can be done. But I was very light. Up here. And the bar and such. And still, some stain inside of that velvet. This might tell us right here whether or not we can do it. It's a real meh situation. Oh, crikey. Crikey. What can I do? This is the motor that turned the plate into a microwave. What in the world? I'm looking at this chat. And subjects have spun left and right. Y'all always cool in here. Sharing information. So, two things we learned. That stain situation is not it. I do think I want a more natural look that is not going to be as, I should say animated maybe, is that? part of it that's very interesting. You know, some of it that I don't know. I think this is going to end up all black, just to cut the nonsense out of it all. Or the same color that we just did, which I like a lot. So I don't even know why we procrastinate on that. It's what we need to do. It's why we have backup plans. It's why we have a backup plan. Baby. We'll have to let the texture itself give us the impression of what we have done without carving, no tricks and no gimmicks. Back in the day, they used to have a Freaknik in Atlanta, and I was a young graphic artist, so I designed t-shirts, sell t-shirts. And one of our t-shirts was no sands, no beaches, just sweet Georgia peaches. It was a wild time. Literally a teenager then. You going, Pilato? Holla, holla. Thanks for coming back, man. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you that's still here and those who are cheater chatting in the chat box. Cheater chatting in the chat box, baby. Cheater chatting in the chat box. Been some good fishing today, though. Oh, that's immediately better. Immediately more mature. You still see hints of the yellow beneath where it should be in the wood grain. And the texture carries well enough. I like it again. Hey, monkey! What up? How's it going? You fixing our stuff that we ruined. I like that. That is coming off rather snaky a little bit. What you think? That funky monkey, fries, monkey, junkie, that funky drink breast monkey, and I don't quit. Ain't really good again. Put my light back down, my left leg on, put my head back up, finish the car. Wherever we go, we bring the monkey with us. Most definitely, I'm treating that monkey and I rock well. Got the castles in Brooklyn, that's where I dwell. Where's monkey? That funky monkey. I got a little divot there. That's better. That's much more mature. Much more mature. I don't know though, I'm at a complete loss for where I want to be here. I don't want to introduce too many colors, but I think I want to put on a spray oil finish here because it just blends so well and it's so glorious to work with. And I do have a little repair since this is getting nice now. Up here in the handle, that little gappage, just imperfect joinery, but I've got to get something in there and get that looking like something so that overall it don't look poorly made. I don't know, we'll see. Palazzo says this is the best one he's seen all day. You know what I'm saying? And he's been around for a half hour for that, you know what I'm saying? Just so you know. But when I say that, it's sincere. Cool. Be right back. What if I were to char some of this, and then after the charring, sand it out some edges and corners, and just kind of, well, I can do it down here and check and see how it's going to look first. That might not be the worst idea I had all day. I'd have the top roll like maybe intergalactic. I'd leave the top raw like that, maybe add some accents, but leave it there. Maybe, because this is a lot going on. But I need some balance. I need something at the very, very top at least to get some balance out of that thing. What are we even talking about? Bottle jacks. What's about what? What? I can barely keep up. There are interesting things that can happen inside of these. And I don't think the best thing is for this to look like a realistic snake skin. But I think we're getting somewhere. Worth being. Another adventure. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for hanging out. I have not determined what I want to do next, so until I do, I won't waste your time. Thanks everybody for your likes and your subscribes and general conversation and keeping me company while I'm mucking about neglecting my family. And I am. Thanks, William. Thanks, Lawrence. Been a big chat helping this thing tonight. Thanks, Pine. Listen, Pine, I'm gonna have to put you in there as a moderator, man. You be in here too often. So take that responsibility. Thank you, William. You have a great night as well. Monkey, you have a good night. William, Mike, as always. Pilato, I think, is already up out of here. Anybody else that I did not mention, I do appreciate you. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Go check out some other videos. Check out some of the shorts. They're fairly entertaining. They're quick. Peace. Yours does it. Old man looking at camera.